welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. And let's just start with the stories for the day, the news for the day. I really want to get this out of the way. And um, well, Craig Wright, or as we call him, Fake Toshi, Bitcoin creator Craig Wright fails to impress the court. So he had a court date yesterday, um, trying to convince the judge why he should be held in contempt. So the the rundown pretty much is that the right side of the story, like the right side, like his side of the story, the cross examination, and Craig Wright can be forgetful at times. So let's just go with the article. By the way, this article is listed on bitcoinist.com/news, Bitcoin news. Self-proclaimed self-proclaimed inventor, Bitcoin inventor Craig Wright was giving a testimony yesterday to explain why he can't produce the public addresses of the Bitcoin he has mined. Fortunately, law reporter Carolina Bolado was there to tweet the progress as it happened. The right side of the story, as his side of the story, Wright was in court as a defendant in the case brought by the estate of David Kleiman over the alleged theft of 1 million Bitcoin. The Bitcoin in question was supposedly mined by Kleiman and Wright in the early years after Kleiman purportedly helped Wright to develop Bitcoin. He had previously been ordered by the court to give a list of his own Bitcoin addresses. When questioned by his own law team, Wright repeated his claims that he just, and I quote, just can't get this information, unquote. Um, and that it wouldn't provide the plaintiff with anything relevant anyway. Through tears, he said, well, he has crocodile tears. He said that he was ashamed of his quote unquote invention and bemoaned the fact that people had used it for criminal activity. Oh, so now we have a criminal judging criminals. Isn't that nice? Um, Supposedly he created the quote unquote anonymous digital currency. I mean, it's not anonymous. If he actually said that in court, he's a fucking idiot. It's not anonymous. It's pseudonymous. Digital currency intending it to be the only crime-free money. Are you stupid, man? Are you stupid? Oh my god. What an idiot. Of course, criminals are gonna take advantage of the inventions first. Of course. They took advantage of the automobile to, use it as a getaway car when they robbed the bank. And now this guy is like, it's like, oh my god. And how many PhDs does he have? What an idiot. Anyway, um, that's what he said he claims he intended it for, to be crime free. Yeah, right. During the cross examination, Wright was presented with a printout of a PDF of an email he which the prosecution claimed was forged. Although the email is dated December 2012 and purports to be from Kleiman, the PGP signature was generated in March 2014. Kleiman had been dead for a year at this point. So this idiot that claims he created Bitcoin to be the only crime-free money is a criminal forging shit. If you forge stuff, you're a criminal. Um, what do you think they don't let you print out your own money? If you go to the U.S. government or any government for that matter, and you make copies of the currency, you're gonna be in federal court, federal prison. You're gonna be in federal prison for forgery, which they call it counterfeiting. It's the same stuff. Wright showed his disdain for the document by screwing it up and tossing it aside, much to the misbelief of the judge. Right, like he reprimanded Wright, saying, "You throw another document in my courtroom, you'll be in handcuffs so fast your head will spin." Well, he should have just fucking put him in handcuffs and put him in jail. Uh, anyway, moving on. Uh, so that Twitter account from Ms. Bolado said, Wright then tossed a document which did not sit well with the judge, um, and then she quotes Judge Ward. While Wright claimed that Clyman's counsel was trying to mislead the court, the email in question had been provided by his own legal team. What a dumbass. So there you go. He said, "Oh well, Mr. Clyman's counsel uh, is trying to mislead the court, and this idiot, uh, Fake Toshi, had provided the damn document himself. What a dumbass." Um, Craig can be right forgetful at times. Oh no shit. The topic in question then turned out to be to the blind trust in which Wright claims to have put his Bitcoin. Clemens counsel put it to Wright that the beneficiary of a trust he supposedly created in 2012 was a company he didn't buy until 2014. Wright responded that he didn't recognize the documents, although the counsel claimed they were produced by Wright in discovery. Well, another time, another idiot. So here's the thing: when you go to court, right? You're supposed to provide evidence that supports your claim. Both sides, the defendant and the plaintiff, they're supposed to have like evidence that they support your claims. And apparently, Fake Toshi provided this document, and he said that he didn't recognize it. Oh my god. Anyway, moving on. When asked who holds the 15 key slices, of 8 of which are needed to access the Bitcoin supposedly in trust, Wright replied that he didn't know off the top of his head. Apparently, nobody asked him to check the file, although he clearly knew that he had been requested to provide the public keys in court. The judge took over questioning, and Wright claimed that he gave some keys to Kleiman. These were then these were to be given to bounded couriers, and Wright said that some won't be available until 2020, till next year. The judge was again less impressed with only finding this out at this juncture. So he didn't mention this prior to, yeah. Anyway, uh, so then the judge went on to say, and I quote, "So since 2016, you have known that you didn't have access to these files and wouldn't have access until 2020. And you knew this in February 2019 and in March 2019." End quote. There was no time to complete the proceedings, so parties will have to reconvene on a future date to hear testimonies from expert witnesses. So we have another um, date, which not scheduled yet, um, to see what happens and finally put this guy in prison because you know he's not. This is not the only time that he's been held in contempt. He was held in contempt in 2004. So there you go, Mister. The only crime-free money. What an idiot. What an idiot. Anyway, moving on to the next story. Bloomberg finally accepts Bitcoin is here to stay, which is good. The rundown: Bloomberg brings up Bitcoin and escalating economic tensions. And there you go. Mainstream media has been far from complimentary about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general in recent years. Uh, the vitriol and FUD make headlines, but it's largely based on ignorance of the technology and its ethos. Industry giant Bloomberg may finally be warming up to Bitcoin, however, but will others follow? Bloomberg picks up Bitcoin. Um, Bitcoin appears to have finally started its correction from a rally which has added almost 270% to its price since the beginning of the year. The big names in mainstream media are dedicating larger slots to BTC and brethren, as the crypto winter has thawed. In a recent Bloomberg opinion piece, the outlet finally admitted that crypto is here to stay. And I quote: "The obvious question is this: if Bitcoin was just a bubble to begin with, why has it been bouncing back in this manner? The answer is that cryptocurrencies, in some form or another, are probably here to stay." Well, yeah, Bitcoin is here to stay. I don't know about the poopy coins, but Bitcoin is. The report goes on to summarize that the recent US-China trade war may have had something to do with the Bitcoin's epic but volatile run over the past couple of months, adding that China will not liberalize and continues with its capital controls. This may be factors driving people to use Bitcoin, which is still technically banned in the People's Republic of China. The second reason Bloomberg thinks Bitcoin is here today has something to do with the harsh tax laws in the US. With proposed wealth taxes, the rich are going to look for offshore stores of value untouchable by gluttonous governments, and BTC fits the bill perfectly. Facebook's Libra project has also been cited as a boost for Bitcoin naturally. One billionaire and a bunch of US tech monopolies controlling a global currency is not good. It's not a good scenario, but will introduce the concept of crypto transfers to millions of people that may have otherwise never dabbled. Another reason is escalating economic tensions. An increasing populism is intensifying in geopolitical and economic tensions across the globe could spur people to look for hedges against their own highly manipulated fiat currencies. Yet again, Bitcoin is the clear solution. Gold prices are a clear example of this as they have reached 6 year highs as the greenback tumbles in value across the planet. So, what the writer did not add is the increasing interest from the institutional investors. Major investment firms such as Fidelity and Grayscale have barely started, and Bakkt is also on the way to provide a safe way to enter the scene. These funds will be loading up on Bitcoin and crypto in order to provide liquidity and competitive products to their institutional clients. Rounding off the article confirms that the financial space is changing and crypto is going to be a very big part in that future. So, quote, If we had had a hard time seeing resiliency of the crypto space, it is because we are not sure to thinking of futures that are radically different from the present. But those futures, for monetary institutions at least, now seem to be closer than ever before. So let me know in the comments what you think, and we'll shall move on to the next piece. So this has something to do with the GBTC. Um, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust surges 300%, eclipses oil and tech ETF. So that's the rundown. Despite Bitcoin price correction, GBTC investor quote unquote hungry. GBTC has destroyed gold, oil, and tech ETFs. Grayscale has 2.7 billion of crypto AUM. So it's while Bitcoin price itself has begun the inevitable correction, dropping almost 17% since its recent high. Investment funds for the asset are still hot potatoes. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust (GBTC) is a prime example, as institutional interest has surged more than the asset itself. So, despite Bitcoin's price correction, you know the GBTC investors are hungry. They are hungry for Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin appears to be still in correction mode. It did climb back to reach 12,400 for a few hours yesterday, but it has since dropped back to support at around 11,500. The lowest point in recent pullback was 10,300, a drop of 25% from the 13,800 high. Many are expecting a 30% plus decline, which would send BTC back to the mid 9,000s or lower. I don't know. Could happen. Regardless of what the crypto asset itself does, institutional investors are hungry for more. Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust GBTC has been performing exceptionally well since February and has surged over 300% according to Forbes. The report added that over the counter Bitcoin backed security is trading at around $14 per share, up from 384 5 months ago. In the same period, of Bitcoin itself has gained over 220%. The discrepancy can be attributed to the increasing premiums that institutional investors are charged as they are prevented from directly holding the asset. GBTC has destroyed gold, oil, and tech ETFs. According to the editor, Forbes Dividend Investor newsletter, John Dubos, the GBTC has destroyed other investments such as gold, oil, and the S&P 500 and various tech ETFs. And I quote, the total gain since the time for GBTC, which tracks Bitcoin pretty accurately, is up to 341%. What comes is second best. Um, you would have been okay with oil, even though oil has in dust and other particles in the last few weeks. Oil is up 12.8%. So what would you rather have? 341% or 12.8%? He added that the S&P 500 is up 8.5%, gold is up 7.7%, the iShares MSCI emerging markets ETFs is up 1.4%, Invesco QQQ for tech companies is up a lowly 1.7%, and the US dollar is just up 1%. Like, really, just hold Bitcoin, dude. The report continued to state that the reason for the monumental performance could be the fund is the only publicly quoted US based Bitcoin investment product which holds more than 1.2% of the total supply of Bitcoin. Grayscale has 2.7 billion of crypto AUM. So Grayscale has invested in other crypto assets, including Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash. Oh my God, Bitcoin Cash. Why the hell would somebody invest in that crap? Litecoin, Stellar, another crap coin, Stellar, Ethereum Classic, and Poopy Coin, XRP, and Zcash, which was Zcash was founded by JP Morgan, by the way, um, which, well, they invested in Zcash with total assets under management of $2.7 billion. The fund is currently at an all-time high, which is likely to continue when Bitcoin resumes its bullish momentum. At the time of this writing, BTC was trading at about $11,933.30, up 1.97% and heading lower as the weekend begins. Further accumulation is likely to occur if BTC drops below five figures, and this will drive the next wave of the uptrend. So I'm gonna be buying some Bitcoin. I already got paid. I'm gonna be buying some Bitcoin. So hold on to your hats. But anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Check out the links below. Go to justlearnbitcoin.com, schedule a consultation. Uh, get a Trezor if you haven't. The link's in the description. You can also get a Trezor through justlearnbitcoin.com. You can order it directly from the manufacturer. Check out the Just Learn Bitcoin merchandise store. Um, 20% off until the end of June, which is tomorrow. So, it's only like hours away from ending. And um, get a Lightning wallet. Check out Bottle.li, get 1,000 satoshis just for signing up. The link's in the description. If you want to send a tip, I have my Bottle.li. I have um, my On-Chain BECH32 SegWit address and my tippin.me Lightning wallet, as well as my Bottle.li Lightning wallet. Check those out. And if you do send a tip, I would appreciate it. Thank you. And if you don't have to. Don't worry about it. It's all good. But I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching. I am out.